Good afternoon, my name is Francois Degard, and this video will explain some of the shortcomings found inside MC2. Right, so shortcomings. Where to begin? There are so many shortcomings and features that are missing. In fact, there's no shortage of shortcomings. There are certain packet configurations that MC2 is not good at dealing with, and sometimes results in errors or dropped packets, or misrouted packets altogether. Unfortunately, the code for MCVPN is very dense, and it's an extension of the SVPN code that's included within IPOP. And one of the other shortcomings of the project is that its demonstration capabilities are more limited. Early on, I wanted to create a drawing mechanism for the graph. So the idea was to load the graph of all of the nodes in our neighborhood and then output a picture of that graph into a directory. And in order to facilitate this feature, we used a Python library called GraphTool. GraphTool was useful because it allowed you to create a graph and then draw that graph. That is, output a PNG file of that graph simply by calling a function. It would look like this. The goal was then to have that picture appear on the project's website under try it, so that every time a new path was chosen or the graph was altered in some way, we would be able to automatically reload that page and view the progress of the script. But unfortunately, we ran out of time, and we were not able to implement that. Yet another shortcoming for this project was the selection of OpenStack as a cloud framework. OpenStack is a great piece of software, and it's very useful, it's very advanced. However, installing it and configuring it took way too much time. And in the end, it wasn't entirely necessary for the purposes of our project. We could have very easily and very quickly achieved similar or better results by going with Amazon's AWS service, because almost none, in fact none of OpenStack's features are used explicitly inside the MC2 software. In other words, MC2 is completely decoupled from its underlying cloud framework. One of the other shortcomings of this project is actually mentioned inside the find path function inside the MCVPN controller, and it involves the computational complexity of finding all possible paths within our complete network. The result of this function grows exponentially, so it's not really feasible to try to calculate all possible paths in one go. However, we do have some flexibility because we do assume that our graph is complete. So if we ever want to find a new graph, we just simply choose one of the nodes that hasn't been chosen before at random.